The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The football, and the big fella, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Stroud. That one complete. It's tanked down. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. This is taken at the 15. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At their own 27. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Tank Dell. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all punched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. Taking a shot for Dell here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And in our meeting with the special teams coordinator, we asked him, what's your philosophy on bringing the ball out? Do you give him a red light? Do you keep them in? Green light, let them go? Let's see if he changes from green light to red light after that costly error.
Yeah, you know what I remember from that meeting? He brought donuts.
I like him.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
but he's not happy right now.
No, don't tell everyone how many I had.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN. Down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his...
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
3rd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. $17-0 our score after 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Texans football to start quarter 2. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. As they've got it as we resume action. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Stroud now on second down. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Isaiah Hodgins, 60 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, ETN once more. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
On second down, it's Stroud. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And Stroud now to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Matt Ariza now. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Second and a couple. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Etienne, and he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On first down, Lawrence looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he fires one incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second and 10. Lawrence will throw. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. He's across midfield. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Lawrence going to throw again. Etienne bringing in another one. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Man in motion is Agnew. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jags will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. Stroud working out of the gun, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now here's Stroud on third down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Stroud. And that one complete to Hodgins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, it's Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Stroud out of the gun here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Stroud. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Sly able to put this one through. And that will close the gap down to 14. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Here's Sly now to kick off as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear? There he goes, right side. Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that one. A carry here for the big tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Caught left side. Here's Dell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Well, he does have a good leg. I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, for almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Pierce will try to pick it up. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is caught. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Stroud looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Sly able to put this one through. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. 2nd
and 6, just inside the 30. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Rush in. Rush in 13 heavy. Switch. Kill.
On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. He only needed about a foot there, but there was nowhere to run.
Yeah, almost felt like he was trying to get a bigger play. He knew he only needed a short amount of yardage, but instead trying to find something bigger to pop. Sometimes you just have to take those dirty runs, pick up the yardage you need, and start over with a new set of downs.
And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Man in motion is Agnew. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Here's Stroud. He'll find Hodgins there complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Houston.
Here we go. Start. Viking 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. That one deep for Hodgins. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 23. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter and now can really take some time off the clock. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. He's to the 15, and they will score. A pick 6 for the Texans TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.